Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy Ray of Amy Ray Plans, and in today's video, I'm here to share with you my favorites for quarter one. I'll switch this out because there's less of a glare on this, because I have quite a few things to talk about that I don't have physical items for, which tends to happen every time I do a favorites video. But anyway. So first things first, quarter one's January through March. I've been spending a lot of time with my mom, having cat cuddles with Davy and Mango. On the 14th, Valentine's Day, my mom and I watched my best friend's daughter, Anastasia, for a bit when they went out to dinner. And we had a little tea party for her. And then on the 16th, I hung out with my best friend, her daughter, and her son. He was off from school. Watching a lot of TV and things like that. So I watched The Rip on Netflix, which is a movie I really liked. I watched The Recruit on Netflix, which sadly is only 2 seasons and then they canceled it. But Noah Centineo is in it and I love him so much. I went and saw the newest Scream movie in theaters. I'm not a big horror movie person, but I do love the Scream movies. My nephew Nick's first playoff game, they won 95-54. Second playoff game, they won 70-52. And then they won the county championship 98-68. And then they advanced to the next round to take on the winner of the other county. And they won 65-50. And then, sadly, not a favorite, but they lost in the next round by 4 points. If they had won that game, they would have played 2 more games and then a third game. And then the winner of that game, if they had won that game, would be the state championship. Watched Virgin River Season 7 on Netflix. Tons of college basketball with March Madness. And then baseball opening day was on the 26th. Let's go Mets. And I think that's it. So I kind of went through it quickly. But yeah, that's all the items I don't have physical. Or those are all the favorites I don't have physical items for. Next up, I'll share with you my favorite planner spreads. So I try to pick 2 from each month. So for January, we have January 5th through January 11th, which was, I used Nordic Nights, which I used this kit last year. This is from Caress Press. Love it so much. I paired it with a snowflake foil bundle also from Caress Press and these really cute underlays, which I wished I didn't put in as many things so they could pop more. I don't know where the underlays are from. They were destashed to me. They might be Planner Pixie Co., but again, not positive. So this week I was watching lots of TV and movies, watching football, college, NFL. I love this dog box right here. I love all the Aurora lights, just so fun. Having lots of cat cuddles. This was before I started my laser therapy, so I was still in so much pain. Not that I'm not with my laser therapy, I'm just not at like an 8 or 9 every day, so. And it's starting to help, I think. But I think it's something that I'm just like a continued treatment I'm going to have to get. And then the next spread was, hold on, where is it? January 26th through February 1st. This was Caress Press. I believe it was called Winter Fair. This was new art for this year. I think it was really pretty. I used Snowflake Foil Bundle from Scribble Prints Co. in silver. So I was watching YouTube, got Starbucks sometimes, was reading, spending time with my mom, spending time with my cats, watching Netflix. Oh, I also watched Running Point on Netflix in, I think I watched it this weekend, actually. I think I watched the whole season in a day because because this was the weekend we had the snow And I watched like a whole season in a day because they were only, I think they were only 30-minute episodes, and season 2 comes out in April. Which the day where I'm filming this, it is the first day of April. For February 2nd through February 8th, this is John Tucker from Linear Designs. I've been hoarding this kit, but she still has it in her shop, so I wanted to go ahead and use it. I paired it with Sparkly Red Foil or Pixie Red Foil, also from Linear Designs. I just love how it came out so much. Love the foil, love the kit. Let's try to give you guys a wiggle. And then my other favorite spread for February was February 9th through February 15th. This was Cafe with Anna Cupid Shuffle. I paired it with silver foil from Caress Press, a heart washi overlay from Scribble Prints Co., and washi from Simply Gilded. It was my cat Davy's 18th birthday. It was Valentine's Day. Got some Happy Mail, watching TV. Yeah. I just really love how it came out. And then we have February. March. Those were February. March 2nd through March 8th. This was a mystery from Scribble Prints Co. called Second Chapter. I love it so much. I paired it with a mixed metal foil of silver and sparkly hollow, also from Scribble Prints Co. And I added in this book washi that I had, this washi overlay in sparkly hollow, which is from Scribble Prints Co. I was going to my laser therapy appointments, reading, filming, watching basketball. Yeah, lots of basketball. College basketball, my nephew's games, the NBA, spring training. This is when I was watching The Recruit. And then March 16th through the 22nd. This is Lucky from Cafe with Anna. I love this so much. I used this star foil bundle in like a gold hollow. And I didn't have a lot of gold hollow. I thought this was Champagne Lights when I first picked it up, or not picked it up, but paired it to use with this kit. So I added in Champagne Lights as well. Marked Coffee Monday, St. Patrick's Day. We made our unstuffed peppers this day. We didn't actually have our St. Patrick's Day dinner till this weekend because we had to give blood work on the 19th, and we just didn't want that to mess up our blood work. I got Starbucks. I had my infusion. It was my nephew's birthday. It was the first day of spring. This is when I started all the March Madness, staying up so late watching college basketball. This I think was spring training, reading, cat cuddles, cleaning. And those are all of my favorite spreads for quarter 1. And then lastly, I want to share with you guys my favorite books for quarter 1. So first up was Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Elston. She is the author of First Lie Wins. I love that book, rated it 5 stars. So I was very excited for this book. Again, loved it, rated it 5 stars. Actually, I let my niece borrow First Lie Wins like over a year and a half ago. So I don't think I'm going to get that back at this point. So I need to buy a copy of that. I just love it so much. I love this cover with the green and the pink. I will read you the synopsis for this one. Everyone at Chantilly's bar noticed out-of-towner Camille Bayless. Red lips, designer heels, sipping a Negroni. But that woman wasn't Camille Bayless. It was Aubrey Price. Camille Bayless appears to have the picture-perfect life. She's married to hotshot lawyer Ben and is the daughter of a wealthy Louisiana family. Only nothing is as it seems. Camille believes Ben has been hiding dirty secrets for years, but she can't find proof because he tracks her every move. Aubrey Price has been haunted by the terrible night that changed her life a decade ago, and she's convinced Benjamin Bayless knows something about it. Living in a house full of criminals, Aubrey understands there's more than one way to get to the truth, and she may have found the best way in. Aubrey and Camille hatch a plan. It sounds simple. For 12 hours, Aubrey will take Camille's place. Camille will spy on Ben, and the two women will get the answers they desperately seek. Except the next morning, Ben is found murdered. Both women need an airtight alibi, but only one of them has it. And one false step is all it takes for everything to come undone. Highly recommend this book. So good. I also highly recommend First Lie Wins. Yeah, I already said I rated this 5 stars. Then next up, one of my favorite country singers, Kenny Chesney, came out with a book in November called Heart Life Music. I really enjoyed it. It was a little slow at parts, but I really did love hearing about like how some of his songs came to be and his journey to make it to like this big superstar in the country music industry. So I rated this one 4 stars. And it was really cool. I loved all the pictures and like the behind the scenes of his life. Next up is Change of Plans by Sarah Dessen. This book I actually won a giveaway for on Goodreads. So this is Change of Plans. I'm not quite sure when this is going to be published. I think either in April or May. But when you read a book on Goodreads, you get it earlier. That's why it says like advanced reader's copy. So I can't really say too much about this book because you're not really allowed to say it. So I'm not even going to read the back of it. I just am so excited that she had another book come out because she hasn't written a book, a new novel in quite a few years. So I really was excited. I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4.5 stars. And if you guys have read her books in the past, I would recommend this one as well because it's really good. But again, I can't say too much about it because it's not available. It's not, it hasn't been published yet. Next up was To Can Play, a novella by Allie Hazelwood. This was so good. I was really not liking the fact that it was a novella. I wanted like a full-length novel. That tends to always be my problem when I read novellas. But yeah, this cover is gorgeous. The side is gorgeous. And I just thought this was so fun. And I really was like, I don't want this to be over. I wish there was more. So it says, level up with this spicy enemies to lovers novella set in the world of video gaming, now for the first time in print, because I think originally it came out digitally, but I didn't know that. Hold on, let me take a sip of my drink. Viola Bowen has the chance of a lifetime to design a video game based on her all-time favorite book series. The only problem, her co-lead is Jesse Effin Andrews, aka her arch nemesis. Jesse has made it abundantly clear over the years that he wants nothing to do with her, and Viola has no idea why. When their bosses insist that a wintery retreat is the perfect team-building exercise, Viola can't think of anything worse. Being freezing cold in her remote mountain lodge, knowing Jesse is right next door, no thank you. But as the snow piles on, Viola discovers there's more to Jesse than she knew, and he builds in more ways than one. So yeah, rated this 5 stars, loved it. The only thing I didn't like about it was that it was a novella and not a full-length novel. Then next up, I have a book that I read on Kindle, so I don't have a physical item for it. But that was The Jills by Karen Parkman. I rated that 5 stars, and it was her debut novel. I loved it so much. I wish I had the synopsis to read you. But it was really good. It was like a mystery thriller. It was centered on what they call the Jills, which was like, they're making it be like the Buffalo Bills cheerleaders. And the main character in the novel is a Jill, and her best friend, another Jill, goes missing. And the story is like full of twists and turns of how she goes about trying to figure out what happened to her friend. And it's really good. I kind of devoured it in a couple of days, and I am very excited for more novels from this author. Again, the book was The Jills by Karen Parkman. rated it 5 stars, and I highly recommend it. And then the last book I'll be sharing, and the last thing I'm sharing in this video, is the newest novel in the Finley Donovan series. This one is book 6, I believe. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is the 6th book. Sorry, I need another sip of my drink. The 6th book, and actually it came out a couple weeks ago that she just signed on to do books 7, 8, and 9, so I'm very excited about that. This one was, like I said, the 6th book. I really enjoy this series a lot, and I just think it's so fun. I love the main character. I love her relationship with, like, the other characters in the book, not just her, like, the male character in the book that's like her boyfriend, but I really enjoy the relationship between her and her best friend / nanny, Vero. I think that's how you say it. And again, I just think this series is so fun. This is some authors praising it. These are the first 5 books. You have Finley Donovan is killing it, Finley Donovan knocks him dead, Finley Donovan jumps the gun, Finley Donovan rolls the dice, and Finley Donovan digs her own grave. It's just a fun series. It's not like, I'm not a horror book person, but like mysteries and thrillers I really like. So if you like those two, I definitely suggest this one, as well as Anatomy of an Alibi and The Jills. And yeah, and I rated this book 5 stars. I don't know if I said that. No, I rated it 4 stars. But yeah, those are all of my favorites for quarter 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.